Hello, it's the 27th of January. Oh my gosh, a Tuesday. We're getting close to February. Can't believe it. We had sunshine yesterday. It was cold, but we had sunshine. We actually had sunshine in Southwest Michigan. I have a friend who I grew up with just down the street. And he brags about the sun all the time. Yes, he lives in Nebraska, and it's either sunshine, windy, or snow. So he'll write things like, "Oh, the sun is blinding," and I'm sitting here in overcast. Although today we've had a whiteout, we've had snow, we've had wind, and now it appears that the sun is going to peek out for a brief moment. Yesterday the sun peeked out. I went outside because it'd been days without sunshine, so I thought I'll go for a walk. I got all bundled up. There was so much snow that not all the sidewalks were plowed, and so refraining from walking in the street and the wind blowing, I decided to come back in. I just stood in the sun for a couple minutes, and people driving by probably thought I was out of my mind, but you don't understand. They get out in the car and drive. I can't do that. So cabin fever sets in, and I'm not one to gorge myself on desserts and stuff and sit around and watch TV. And that would be Scott bragging about, he sent a picture of the sunshine. Yeah, he's my brat. He's brat master. We met, his parents were building their house the same time as my parents were building my house, and there was one house in between us, which was the coach from Northside, and we rode bikes together and drank from the hose and did all kinds. We had all kinds of activities going. So anyway, we kind of kept in touch because I don't know, he's like 4 or 5 years younger, so I'm like a big sister to he and his sister Dawn, who was English teacher at Delta, and she did swimming and taught swimming and did all kinds of theater and everything. She was very busy. She had a lot of energy. So anyway, about that. So I've got a lot of links here. So a couple of them were accidents that are coming through that people have done YouTubes on, and it was devastating. That live show from Max Velocity was awesome. I spent my time doing that, and I did put up a video for that, a link to that. I had my granddaughter all weekend, so I didn't get to a lot of the information I would have liked to, but they grow up so fast, so I thought she was more important. When she was on her phone doing stuff, I went ahead and collected some links, and the rest of the time I'm either cooking, cleaning up, or wiping up sticky, or she wasn't really... She's growing up, so she's more careful now, and I don't have sticky floors all the time. So, and we dropped some stuff, and it was hilarious, and we made dog treats for Oscar, so that was a fun. So in the meantime, we're saying, watching all this snow and sleet. So anyway, the government's going to close down, so they say. I don't have any links on that. I figure you guys already find that stuff. I just didn't have time to look for it because she left late. So, so it's been crazy weather. You never know what's going to happen. We're supposed to have wind all week, but we're, about an hour from the lake, so yeah, we get lake effect snow. So this year's bad. Of course, everybody knows that. It's been worse for everyone. Also, I've been trying to secure my apartment, and so far it's working out. It just takes me 20 minutes to leave and about 10 minutes to shut everything down once I get in and block the door. So I've had a couple calls from different apartments asking if I want to move, and yeah, I do want to move, but there's no guarantee there's going to be anything better over there, and it's a huge conglomerate of apartments. It's closer to everything, so I could walk there, but I'm also trying to save for a car, so money's kind of tight. And then in the meantime, it's like, okay, to get a movers and pay first month, last month, and deposit and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like going, do I really want to toss away that much money? And then it's a year lease. So if the RV comes in before my year's up, I still got to have the apartment while trying to purchase a home. So I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of hanging back, and the silverware theft that one did me in. I thought, you're just playing a heck game with me. So yeah, and it's women they're after. So I'm going to catch them, and I'm going to prosecute. Now, if the judge around here will do anything, I don't know. When I do catch him, my son is willing to help out, so that's good news. That's helpful. On my own here, so, easy target. So they think, yeah, no, I have a friend, a best friend that I've had like forever, where I used to live in central Indiana. She's my Rottweiler. She says, I'll take care of him. And I said, I know you will. You don't need to go to jail. So, yeah, so I'm still working on that and trying to get things done. I am getting some boxes condensed down so that, when I do move, it's like, come get me. I'm sitting here and things are getting worse. So, but you know what? You gotta keep the faith. You gotta stay positive and try not to be negative. So, we'll see. But enjoy the links. There's some interesting ones there. There's some good information there. But see, I don't know. By the time I get it out, even if it's Monday's, links or Sunday's links, it's old news. And so hopefully you guys will be able to at least update. It's hard to get all of it in. I have to put my phone down and the computer down every once in a while. It's like, okay, I'm getting too involved in this, and this stuff is just crazy. I can't find many comedy shows lately either. They're really old. They're 3 and 4 years old. So you kind of wonder about that, because I do know it was stated several times that all comedians have been to the White House. Well, maybe one of these times I'll put a photo of the White House, okay? Yeah, everybody thinks they've already seen it. You haven't. It goes way down into the earth. I forget how many stories, but it has a map of all this. And it'll be interesting if that's one of the buildings that are destroyed. I don't know what they're going to do with some of those buildings. it's been mentioned and then they don't say much, and then it gets mentioned and then nothing much is said. So anyway, yeah, everybody has Arctic weather. How about that? You know, it's like it goes way down. So some say, and I need to put that on, like not Pashar, but Palladian stuff and everything, where they tell you that the Earth is cleansing herself. That she is our Earth is a living, breathing, entity, person. Not a person, but you get what I get. Anyway, it's an explanation. It's very interesting. Perez guy, he goes into a lot of the inside stuff, and he does, I don't know, I can't figure out, I guess it's a channeling more or less. I don't know. I have an open mind, because I have learned that when you have a closed mind, you have a closed world. And I can't deal with a closed world. I was raised in a cocoon, I think. Very safe environment, very monitored environment, very strict in the way of, this is how you behave, and this is what you do, and this is how you go about it, and this is business, and this is what you do with business, and this is this, and so it wasn't really an open mind, it was kind of laughed at to do that. So anyway, you learn a lot, so who knows, right? Who knows? So enjoy the links. I try to get on at least twice a week. I used to do it every day. I don't know if some of my links would pass the YouTube police. So I was kind of looking at that, so I need to lighten up on them. A lot of the links that I used to have that got me kicked off so many places were photos of just how devastating all this can be. So that they're not showing us, but it shows up on that. I went to the dark web by mistake one time and got off right away. Still looking for a laptop. They're having a sale on them, which is really nice. So I'm kind of looking at those, because this one is on its last leg. As you all know, you get all kinds of background noises, I notice. I apologize for that. So onward I go. Stay safe, stay strong, stay positive, and keep warm. It can be a challenge. So, alrighty. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.